We had a laundry cabinet that came straight out of the 1980s.
And it wasted a ton of space in a small area.
Half of it was basically unusable.
And I didn't like reaching over the appliances to get supplies out of the cabinet.
So we rebuilt the cabinets to actually make the space work.
And we'll show you exactly how we did it.
We started with assessing the old space.
These 80s laundry room cabinets looked useful, but they were actually wasting a lot of space. Once we took everything out, the issues were easy to see. There was just too much empty height between shelves, which meant we could not really stack or organize things efficiently. And in a laundry room, that matters. And when the cabinets are not designed well, everything starts turning into clutter. So even though these cabinets were technically giving us storage, they were not giving us useful storage. We wanted to make better use of the vertical space, create more practical storage inside of the cabinets, and make the cabinet changes we know we can use.
We found out through our first cabinet concept that we won't be able to fit the new ones against the existing wall. There would be even less room to open the dryer door. We decided to remove the old cabinets and rethink how we're going to use this space.
Sometimes a room does not need to be bigger, it just needs to be smarter. In older cabinets like these, you often get large open areas that look generous, but they're not actually helping you store more. They just leave empty air above your items. So we knew we had to take these cabinets out of here. We didn't want to destroy them, we wanted them to be put to use. We carefully removed them from the wall, and we're grateful that we didn't hit the light. We took them to the garage and another couple picked them up. We're extremely happy that they found a new home.
It felt good to get those old cabinets down and really see the space differently.
We measured the laundry room to transform and update these cabinets.
Once our appliances arrived, we updated the sketch so that our cabinets would make the most use of the space we had. We decided to go with ready-to-assemble RTA cabinets that we could order online. We were so excited when they were delivered to our door, and we knew it was time to build.
We thought about how the pantry would open and made a simple change to the cabinet door. We turned the hinges towards the right side when building the pantry, so the doors will open from left to right. This will keep the door against the wall and not in our way when placing laundry in the appliances.
I'm loving how we're building this pantry and we get to customize the shelf heights that we need.
One thing people do not always realize is that cabinet storage is not just about how many cabinets you have. It is about how usable the inside space actually is. Then we visited the home improvement store and picked out pulls that matched the new appliances. We drilled the holes and installed them on the cabinets. As we started making these changes, the difference became obvious pretty quickly. By reworking the layout, we were able to create more practical storage zones and use the vertical height much better. And that is a big deal in a laundry room because every inch counts.
Now we were ready to build the rolling trays that go inside the pantry cabinet. This felt like we were playing with building blocks like when we did when we were young. When you have deep cabinets, rolling trays are a smart way to utilize the entire storage.
We learned an installation tip of how to use the release lever to remove the cabinet profile from the drawer profile. We both are excited about this transformation because our 80s home really needed these updates. It's our new home for several generations of family members. We want our laundry chores to be much easier for all of us as time goes on. The ball bearing metal slides are a smart choice for new cabinets, and we think this could be one of the best cabinet improvements you make for your laundry room as well.
I like how easy it is to connect the slides to pull out and give me access to supplies in the back of the cabinet. Now we had instructions for our top cabinet, but this piece was actually the hardest one to build and level. We took our time because this cabinet would give us that extra storage above the appliances that we so desperately needed.
This section had a lot to do. It needed to visually tie the space together, fit the new stacked washer and dryer setup, and feel intentional. Most importantly, it needed to give us storage in a spot that makes sense.
Utilizing the space above our washer and dryer allows us to store items that we don't use daily. This cabinet is the perfect solution.
I like the pools that we picked out because they go great with these shaker cabinets.
I'm amazed at how redesigning a space can actually give you more space.
I made a few cuts so that we could have access to the washing machine outlet. The side panel connects to the top cabinet and pantry cabinet to create a box around the appliances. Then I used metal cabinet screws to attach it to the top cabinet. When the room is small, your eye catches everything. The whole space can feel wrong, even if you can't immediately explain why. So while we're putting this cabinet together, we're thinking about more than just assembly. You can actually begin to see the final shape of the room coming together. And that's always one of the most satisfying parts of a transformation. These are the last touches that we put on our new cabinets. Remember the before cabinets?
Take a look at this. We have our pantry cabinet, and I love how tall it is. It has 2 sections here, and we went with the sliding drawers. So that is so nice. We're going to be using that for putting our supplies on. And the extra shelves we put here at the bottom. This is where I'm probably going to put my dryer sheets and things I can just pull out when I need them and then put them back in. And since we don't really have counter space with this setup, we got these collapsible laundry baskets, and we're gonna put them right here. That's how our setup is going to be. And then we can close them out with a slow close.
Yes, that's one of the things I like, is the fact that we have these slow close door hinges. These are nice.
So the kids won't be slamming the doors. And then we have the upper cabinet that we're going to use for storage.
So this project was really about turning wasted volume into working storage. Not just having storage, but having storage that makes sense. Looking at the before and after, the difference is pretty clear. Before, the cabinets were taking up the space without really giving us the kind of storage we needed. Now, these updated cabinets feel like they belong in a hard-working laundry room. The storage is more practical, the layout makes more sense, and the room feels more efficient without feeling crowded. And that is the power of a smart upgrade. Check out these videos to see more home improvement transformations.